Information technology. In recent years, we have experienced a massive influx of information made available through the internet. From receiving the latest news to the dankest memes, information systems have fueled many drastic changes to both our society and culture. To some extremes, even reforming entire countries and government systems, such as the events of the Arab Spring or the 2016 presidential election. However, are information systems directly responsible for such changes? The answer to such a question becomes obvious when viewing information systems not as the factor, but as a tool, a double-edged sword. If neglected by governments and rulers, dissent and displeasure can quickly spread. On the contrary, if used correctly, information systems can be used to control and benefit through propaganda, censorship, and information collection. Before we show you why information systems do not significantly contribute to democracy, let us first define what is a democratic government. A democracy is a system of government where the population of the state, or all eligible members of the state, form a governing body. In this system, citizens are able to exercise power through their vote, whether it be for a member of state or for a law to be passed. Typically, this system favors equal legal rights, political freedom, and freedom of speech. The Economist Intelligence Unit publishes a list of countries every year which measures how democratic a country is based on 5 categories: the condition of having free and fair competitive elections, the amount of civil liberties the citizens receive, the quality of the functioning government with respect to the democratic decision-making process, and the political culture and participation of the citizenry. Based on the mentioned criteria, countries such as Canada and Australia are full democracies, whereas countries such as China, Saudi Arabia, and Russia are considered authoritarian regimes. As seen from the International Telecommunications Union report in 2017, the estimated internet penetration rate in developing countries is less than half of the population, compared to approximately 80% in developed countries. With this in context, let's examine why information systems do not aid in democracy for countries.
Fake news. It's fake news. Fake news. Fake news. Fake news.
Fake news and propaganda have always been used to manipulate people. With the advent of the internet, it has been easier than ever to misinform and deceive. Internet users spend the majority of their time on social media, such as Facebook or Twitter. As such, it is easy to both spread false opinions and misrepresent through fake accounts and posts. The Chinese government has long been suspected of hiring people to create pseudonymous posts and other deceptive writings. As many as 2 million people have been claimed to surreptitiously flood the stream of real social media, although academics have estimated that the actual number is between 250,000 and 300,000. These writers, known as the 50-cent party members, are directed by the Chinese government to post and boost perception of state events or to dismiss or overshadow events and news which portray the government in a negative light. The figure shown displays the quantitative amount of posts made from 50-cent accounts between the dates of January 2013 and December 2014. It can be seen that activity spikes largely during significant dates and events, such as protests or during Chinese New Year. Similar to the 50-cent party, Russia also utilizes anonymous internet political commentators and trolls known as the Web Brigade, or Russia's troll army. The participants report that they are organized into teams and groups which participate in Russian and international political blogs and forums. Using large-scale orchestrated disinformation or trolling campaigns, these commentators promote pro-Putin and pro-Russian propaganda. Not only are governments able to misinform, but also monitor and act upon. In Russia and China, social media and blog posts are monitored. Under Russian law SORM-3, all operators of social networking in Russia must provide Russian internal security with direct access to messages within the network remotely and in real time and without warrant. This has allowed the Russian government the ability to track potential threats and take action. For example, through the usage of mobile device tracking, Russia arrested over 260 civilians who were planning to stage a protest against Putin during his 65th birthday. Likewise, the Chinese government also employs similar methods with the Great Firewall, through blocking of foreign websites such as Facebook.
There you go. There you go, going up that tree. There you go. There you go. Can you make it? Can you make it?
And the requirements for users to provide their personal information to service providers. The Chinese government is able to easily track and arrest users for negative political comments. The usage of information systems by both governments have proven beneficial, which can be seen through Putin's high approval ratings and Xi Jinping's popularity. Likewise, blocking external providers allows for economic growth, as seen from Russia's Facebook, VK, or Chinese internet businesses Tencent and Alibaba. Both the governments of China and Russia maintain a proactive approach in the usage of IT systems to stop dissent and suppress democracy.
Многочисленные контакты! Отступайте! Держите эту позицию! По позиции! Соряжаюсь!
Право человека.
Ничего!
Thus far, we have only spoken of governments utilizing information technology to stifle democracy. However, as Yevgeny Morozov stated in his TED Talk, the population of a country equally contributes to halting democratic movement. Just because a citizen has access to more advanced information systems, such as the internet, does not mean that they will be utilizing it to learn about politics. They will probably look at videos of cats. According to the usage statistics published by Alexa, as of 2017 in April, the top visited websites globally are Google, YouTube, Facebook, and Baidu. However, in all sites listed, none of the top content were political in nature. According to statistics published by Google for 2017, in Russia, the top searches were for the 2018 World Cup draw, the Ice Hockey Championships, the Confederations Cup, fidget spinners, and the iPhone 8. Similarly, in Thailand, the top 5 searches were for a TV series, an online game, a singer wearing a durian, another TV series, and the show in which the singer wearing a durian appeared. None of the above searches were political in any nature, and is again reflected in both Facebook and YouTube. The idea that the internet allows for politics to be more accessible may be true in an idealistic scenario. However, it can be seen from a study published by the International Institute for Democracy and Electoral Assistance that voter turnout has been declining since the 1980s in all countries. Even in cases where citizens use information systems to spread political ideas, confirmation bias polarizes the community and can be used to ostracize groups with different opinions.
Do we even know who is this 4chan?
Confirmation bias is the tendency for someone to favor and search for information which confirms their pre-existing beliefs. This frequently occurs with the use of technology and how search algorithms work. For example, someone who supports Trump may frequent the subreddit The Donald. It is within these communities, these echo chambers like The Donald or 4chan, that attitudes and opinions go to extremes. Such extremes can then be easily used by governments to misrepresent said groups in other media outlets. Based on the mentioned criteria for democracy, it can be seen that information systems have clear negative impacts towards democratic development. Censorship, governmental control, and propaganda reduces the amount of civil liberties citizens receive and lowers the democratic quality of the functioning government. Additionally, having access to the internet decreases the political culture and participation of the citizenry, as seen through decreasing voter turnout rates and the tendency towards extreme ideals in online communities. Can the internet be used as a source of good and to liberate countries? Sure. However, realistically speaking, most people will probably end up watching videos of other people eating Tide Pods.
All right, here we go. No!